If you are looking for external support, you need to find the persons that already solved this problem, that already went through that darkness. Because if somebody has never been there, what are the answers, what are the solutions this person giving you? It's quite different. If you are talking sometimes to people where you know they went through something, this is not talk. It's talk from experience.
Well, the wisdom that's shared on, hey? You want someone who's been there. I wanted someone who's been there when I played. And you know, I played for so many ex-players who are my coaches who had been there. Been at the very highest level, won Champions Leagues. I played for guys who captained England. I played for some top ex-players. They signed me, they believed in me, they saw me. Weren't able to share one bit of their journey, and it's the very reason Frank Lampard lost his job. It's the very reason Steven Gerrard lost his job. It's the very reason that I see time and time again. It's the very reason Frank Lampard lost his job. It's the very reason Steven Gerrard lost his job. It's the very reason that I see time and time again. Because unless you emotionally unpack your journey, what it took, which is brutally tough, and if you desensitize yourself at any time in that journey, and I'm not judging anybody who did, most do, you can't then access what it took to give back as a leader. The desensitization would have made you maybe very successful as a player, a lot of money in the bank, becoming a cold assassin. I'm not sure now, as you're going to go on and share and lead, if you can hand those jewels back, unless you understand what it is. I sat with another of England's golden generation who's now a coach, who was coaching, and we had some time together, and I said to him, you know, as a player, wow, how courageous you were. And he looked at me and, no, just being me. I said, yeah, but whoa. You need to understand that as courage. You need to go back into what it took emotionally, pre-game, during the game, post-game, to hang on to it when all the doubters and judges came in as they did. I watched it from afar. Because if you don't understand what it took and you can't go back and close your eyes and feel it, how can you stand in front of them and give it back to them? The jewels of what you stood for and what you've been through. And I think this is why so many players struggle with psychologists in the game. And I struggled with the 4 or 5 sports psychologists that I paid for. They hadn't been there. Now, I'm not talking about football per se, but there was never any. I wanted the guy who'd been there in their marriage and was still there. I wanted the guy who was still pushing himself and chasing the dragon every day. I still wanted the guy who was walking into hell on earth every day in his life. But certainly back to this enlightened leader here. All that separates me is that I emotionally understand my career inside out. As a coach, as a psychologist, and it was beautiful when someone said, Drew, you're an outstanding psychologist. I said, I haven't studied psychology. He sent me the Latin breakdown, the origins of psychology, a study of the soul. Amazing how it gets lost as the years go on and we turn it into a degree. Well, I've studied my soul, inside out. I've had the dark night of the soul and I've lived it every single day. I know the soul. And so I guess from those terms, I'm a highly qualified psychologist in understanding the soul. Now, what I'm able to do is shed that back. Why I wrote my course is to give you access to what I have access to inside myself.